Okay, we'll start with questions from in the room. We go here with Travers head football coach, Travers family head football coach, Justin Wilcox. Raise your hand. We'll call upon you.
Justin, Jeff, give us your reaction to winning the game and remaining bowl eligible.
Well, huge win, obviously, for the team goals, but also, the Cal community, the players, student body, everybody. I mean, I don't know that there's a better 30 minutes to an hour in the year than when you're able to win the big game and retain the act. I mean, it's just a great feeling. I want the guys to enjoy it. And, for some of them, it's their first experience in the big game. And I think they're now understanding just how much it means to folks. So it's a huge win on many levels.
Jim?
Can you talk a little bit about Fernando? First 3 touchdown game of his career, took a big shot to the helmet, just kept coming back.
He's a tough kid, man. He took a big shot. They did all the tests. And he came up. Ben Finley did a nice job going in. We finished that drive with a touchdown. Fernando jogged back up and just, I'm ready to go. I'm going back in the game. And he's a tough kid. He's going to get better and better. He's still growing as a football player, but man, he is a competitor and he's a genuine guy, and he has the respect of his teammates.
Sean Brazil, what words would best describe his performance after 136 receiving yards on this night?
Oh man, it's a big day. I dare you say big game hero. He's going to be in the conversation. I mean, Tron from a year ago to right now has made as big a jump as anybody. He cares deeply about football and the team. He's a competitive guy. It matters to him. And it's great to see a guy like that puts in all that work. He walked on, from Park City, Utah, walked on, was not highly recruited by any means, but just goes to show if you commit yourself to it, you have some talent that you can, make this football thing work. And so I'm really proud of him and a bunch of other guys, but it was a big day for Tom.
Justin, Jaden carried the ball 36 or 37 times, a lot more than he's ever carried it before. Let's talk about him able to handle that.
Well, we knew we wanted to get Jaden the ball, and, he was ready for it. He welcomes that. So we caught 36, and he rushed it 36 times, and he caught a couple, I think. So, he's a talented guy. We want to make sure Jaden touches the ball. So when you just look at the number of plays we ran, about half the time he's getting it. So he makes a lot of things happen, and again, just went out there and competed like crazy. So really proud of him.
How much does it help Fernando to have someone like that he can trust?
Yeah, it's big. I mean, Fernando, the receivers, the O-line, who really start the whole thing. Those guys battled today too. It was a little sloppy at times for us. We first half especially, kind of were shooting ourselves in the foot, but they kept playing. They kept, competing, kind of like this year's gone. Hasn't always gone our way, but the guys stayed with it. And when you have a guy like Jaden, if you get him the ball enough, good things are going to happen.
Would you consider this one of the defense's best games this year? They held Stanford under 300 yards and 15 points.
I thought they played pretty dang well. I don't know if there was any one individual. I think Lou Hearns made some plays on the ball. It was great to see, competing one-on-one. We got some pressure on him. Didn't sack him maybe as much. We had a couple opportunities to sack him that got away from us. But overall, I thought that group played real well. There weren't many busts. They hit the deep ball on us. We had it matched up. They just, a good fast receiver and the guy threw a good ball. But really, other than that one drive, we held them to field goal attempts, and they got an excellent elite field goal kicker. But I was pleased with the effort of the defense, and the defensive coaches did a great job getting those guys ready.
Go ahead and raise your hand. We'll call upon you. We'll go to Steve Croner next.
Just go back a little bit to Fernando getting hurt, getting on the sideline, he's back the next week. What transpired in those, 5 to 10 days?
Well, the trainers take him, and it's totally the trainer's call at that point. Doctors, there's a bunch of them that go do all their assessments and run the tests they need to run. They're talking with the player. We're not involved in that in any way. And then basically when all those tests are done, the trainer will come and tell us whether the player is available or not. And so they came up and said, hey, he's up. And then immediately after that, he comes jogging over and not lobbying, but, making it known that he was available to play. So yeah.
Go to Mia next. Go ahead, Mia.
How will Forever be say on the final big game of the Pac-12? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, this Pac-12, ending thing seems to come up each week. We're going to continue to play the big game, and we're all thankful for that. And it just feels great to come out, victorious and keep the act. It just means so much. I mean, just watch the reaction of the people. I've said it for how many ever years I've been here. The reaction of the fans and the student body and the people who have, associated with Cal after the game is just nothing like it.
Go to Ryan.
With that, winning any football game is difficult, but especially a rivalry game, this one. What was challenging about tonight and how you guys respond?
It's always going to be a challenge in rivalry games. So this is 126th game. Okay, I think 1892 was the first one. There was a few years it wasn't played for different reasons in the early 1900s. And 55 of those 126 have been decided by a touchdown or less. So nearly half. All right. So each and every time it's going to be a battle. And we knew it would be. We knew they're going to fight. They got good coaches. They got good schemes and good players. So we knew that coming in. And what's most important is what you do during the week. Give yourself a chance to come out and play well. And at the same time, I want them to learn about the big game and the history of it. So we talk about all this.
Go to Ben from Rivals.
Thank you. Just what did you guys do to defend IMNR as well as you guys did? How under 50 yard receiving? He's torched a lot of teams this year. You guys were able to continue. What was the key to doing?
Collective effort, rushing, covering, playing zone, playing man, playing split safety, playing single safety. We didn't kind of line up and do one thing. Really proud of the entire defense and the defensive staff. Again, it's a tough offense. Troy Taylor's a really good offensive coach, and so we knew they'd have some issue plays for us, which they did. But again, I kind of go back to the guys competing and winning some of those one-on-one pass rush coverage. That's what it takes. And Ellick's a really talented player, so I'm proud of our guys for stepping up to the challenge.
Jim?
Kedu Olave is coming off Pac-12 defensive player of the week. Do you have much sense of if he might be back and available next week?
Yeah, I don't know yet. We're hopeful he'll be back as soon as possible. He's a good football player. He's around the ball a lot. He tackled, he tips the ball. I think he almost had an interception today. So we'll hopefully get Gabe back as soon as possible.
Probably the key play of the game was that early in the fourth quarter. We had 4th and 7. I'm sure you're weighing field goal versus going for it. Went through your mind, what was the decision? How was the decision made to go for it and then get the backbreaker result?
Yeah, big play. We were kind of at one of those spots on the field where you're in between. Whether you're going to kick a field goal, a long field goal, whether you want to go for it, punting at that point, it's probably not worth the yardage. And so great job on the offense, hanging in there, great protection, Tron getting open. That was a huge play in the game. I think you're right. That's going to be one of the probably 3 or 4 that you circle. But I think we were really in that gray area and I kind of had a yard line in my mind of where we would kick a field goal. And if we weren't, we were going to go for it. And we actually ended up going backwards, I think, from the play before. And then we ended up going for it and getting it. So great job by the O-line and the QB and Tron making that play.
Anybody else? A final question?
Yeah, Justin, can you just talk about next week for bowl eligibility? You go to UCLA and they won big today against their rival. And what will that be like? And how will your team respond?
Well, we got to carry this momentum. And I know the energy is going to be great on Monday. We know what's at stake, and we know UCLA is going to be a really good team. We've seen them on tape enough. Chip Kelly's a hell of a coach, so we know it's going to be a challenge down there. So we got to have a great week of practice and try and get as many guys healthy as we possibly can, and go down there and play our best football. We'll need our best football to win.
How excited are you to be in this position, considering you had to win 3 in a row and now you have 2 of them?
Yeah, I mean, I think it just speaks to the character of the guys on the team. That was a tough stretch. There's some games that didn't go the way that we probably obviously wanted them to go or felt like they could have gone had we done a few things a little bit better. But the guys, we kept coaching them. We kind of talked about that all along. We're not going to feel sorry for ourselves. We're going to continue to hold you to high standards. And they did the same of themselves. And there was no division, offense, defense, special teams, or this position, that position. Those guys play together, they compete, they practice, they come to meetings. There's nobody showing up late. So I really appreciate them. And they're the reason, because every coach would probably tell you the same thing about what you got to do in order to finish strong, but they've been the ones that have done it. And I'm really proud of them for that.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey,
Coach, hold on, Jake. I'm sorry, Jake. Get one more. All right, Jake, Curtis, go for it.
how big a deal would it be if this team got a bowl bid?
Big deal. Real big deal. That's one of our goals, is winning a bowl game. It also, I mean, there's a number of reasons. So we are well aware of what's at stake, and I know there's going to be great energy. And we got, like I said before, we got to go out and play our best football.
Jake, I'm happy to offer you a follow-up if you want one.
Fair.
No, I'm good.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That's really good.